Hey there, Virgo, and welcome to your week of January 3rd. Oh, nice. 2021, or 2022, sorry, tarot readings. Jumping Jehoshaphat. We're going to be looking at your energy over here on the left. That's a good start. We're going to look at some challenges here for you in the center. And over on the right, we're going to be looking at some potential outcomes for you as well. We're going to get some more details on these cards by getting some clarifiers, pulling some clarifiers, and then we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video as well. So you're going to want to stick around for your entire message here. These are general readings though, so some, all, or none of this may resonate with you. If it does resonate, that's beautiful. But if it doesn't resonate or parts of it doesn't, it's just not part of your message, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't. But without further ado, we're starting off over here on the left, your energy. We got the Sun, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. I really love this. The Sun is the happiest, most positive card in the deck. You're coming in that way. I love it. Lots of positivity. Good things surrounding you at this time. Maybe you may not necessarily be feeling them or realizing them like consciously, but we're just in a really good positive place here. Lots of good things, or at least you're churning and you're heading that way right now too. I love it. With the Knight of Wands here as well. Knight of Wands is all about, achieving and doing things for yourself, really going out and trying to accomplish what you want to accomplish. All the Knights are a bit impulsive here, but with the Knight of Wands being the second fastest, he's not quite the most impulsive, but he does work towards growth and he does work towards positivity, right? You can see all these sunflowers growing in the background of the Sun card here, and you can see this wand the Knight of Wands carries with all the little sprouts of life coming off of it. Like, he's very creative, very energetic, and very much committed to growth. And I feel like that's you. You're committed to positivity, positive growth, heading in the right direction here. And with the Page of Pentacles on top of this, I feel like you're very young at heart this time too. Maybe, letting your hair down, being a little more playful and fun at this time, but also really working towards finding out about something you really want to achieve, a big time harvest, right? And we're going to talk a bit more about harvesting here with the Seven of Pentacles when we get to it, but I really like this. I like that you are not just enjoying yourself and growing and being in a positive direction, but you're also forward thinking and thinking about the future too, which is perfect. I love it. In your challenges, we got the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups here. All very good cards, but all in your challenges, it gets a little more sketchy, right? The High Priestess is telling us here, you might be a little out of touch with your intuition at this time. Maybe you feel like you can't trust it necessarily, or maybe you're feeling like something that you're working on is not necessarily going to go the way you want it to go, right? Or it's not going to go the way it normally would, or it should. Like, you might feel like, oh, just because I'm doing it, it's not going to work out, right? You look at the crown the High Priestess wears, and it represents the cycles of the moon, waxing, waning, crescent, full, all that good stuff, right? And you might just be concerned that, like, that's something that we all know will always happen. Like, there'll always be the cycles of the moon, right? But unfortunately, you might be feeling that what you're working on won't be that simple. It won't be just like, oh, you go from A to B to C to D to, all down the line, right? So you might feel like it's going to be like this. You go from B to J, right? You might be like, oh, geez, like all these steps I missed in between, or I might be backtracking and going back here and doing this thing, right? You might feel like just because you're the one in it, it's not going to work out, right? And with the King of Pentacles here as well, you might be feeling like you don't have the work ethic, like you can't do it, like you really want to achieve this thing, you really want to move forward into the future in a positive way, but maybe you don't got it in you, right? You really might be working hard, but working hard for nothing, because we got the Ten of Cups here. Like, you're trying to work towards your dreams and your goals and your dream life and your dream family, or whatever that looks like to you. It's general readings, of course, but I feel like you might be feeling like you're not going to quite achieve that, because maybe the path's not as straight and narrow as you thought it would be, or you hope it would be, or you may feel like even if you work your butt off, you're not going to accomplish what you want to accomplish here. Over, though, in your outcomes, we got the Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Three of Wands is about being patient. The Seven of Pentacles is about working hard. And the Six of Cups is about, positivity, gifts coming in for you, and going for things that really have value and things that are positive, right? We talked about growth here with the Knight of Wands and the Sun. And you can see in these cups, there's vegetation and life coming out of these cups. I feel like that's where you're headed. You're heading towards growth. You're heading towards things that are overflowing, right? These cups are overflowing with life. They're overflowing with positivity. I feel like that's where you're headed. This person on the Seven of Pentacles is growing these pentacles. Like he's growing them in a field here. You know, I feel like that commitment to growth. Like I feel like you are going to be positive and you are going to be churning out what you want to churn out. It's just maybe not necessarily going to be the way you thought, or maybe you're just going to have to be a little more patient than most. Like the Three of Wands is telling us, just waiting for your ships to come in, just waiting there, just, you know, being positive and, you know, keeping the faith, I feel. So I like that. It might also be saying with the Three of Wands as well is seize opportunities where you can, right? You could also interpret the Three of Wands as these ships that are sailing away in the ocean, as he missed the boat, right? He missed his opportunities, missed his chance, right? So I feel like keeping your eyes open for opportunities as well is never a bad thing either. So I'm liking that. We're going to get into some clarifiers for you in just a moment. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it also so much. All the likes, the views, the subscribes, the comments. I appreciate all that a ton. I'm sending love and support back out to you as well. Hopefully this is helping you out and resonating with you. After we get your clarifiers done here, we're going to be tying everything off with an oracle card, as I mentioned at the start of the video, to get your full message. So hopefully you'll be wanting to stick around for all that. But without further ado, let's get in and see what we got here for you. We've got the Wheel, the Eight of Wands, and the Three of Cups. All right. The Wheel is all about you get what you give. So I love that you're putting out a ton of positivity with the Sun. So it's saying you're going to be getting more in return, right? You're going to be getting that positive, good energy, that growth, all that good stuff is coming for you. Three of Cups here as well, celebrations, good times coming in, especially with your family, your friends, your community, really helping you out, really, you know, cause for celebration and coming together. I think that's beautiful. And the Eight of Wands, again, that's the second fastest card in the deck, period, right? Not just, you know, of its own, you know, arcana. With the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands here, it's like you've got this really fast moving energy here. You're going places quickly. I feel like, you know, the doubts are just going to be slowing you down, right? Just keep doing it, do whatever works, you know, seize those opportunities as they come, and maybe don't think about it too much, right? One of my favorite characters in like comic books is a guy named Cyclops. He's really awesome. He's my favorite guy. He's one of the leaders of the X-Men. And somebody once said that he makes the best decisions when you don't give him time to think. And I feel like that might be true for you as well in this situation. If you don't give yourself time for the doubt to creep in, time for the, you know, bad stuff to creep in, and just go for it, I feel like you're going to be making more progress than you would if you sat there and tried to like puzzle everything out for you. So let's take a look. And that might not be for everybody though, but I feel like for a lot of you that might be the case. So let's take a look at your challenge clarifiers. We got that Nine of Swords. Absolutely. Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. Lots of your thoughts, like what you're just talking. That's weird, right? You can't make this stuff up, but that's what I was just talking about like giving yourself too much time to think. Oddly enough, swords are about your thoughts and communication, so a lot of that just popping up in your challenges, your thoughts, what you're thinking about. I feel like just don't give yourself time to think, right? Like not necessarily no time to think, but you know, when it comes along to this, once those doubts start creeping in, move on as quickly as you can. Don't let them fester, right? The Nine of Swords here represents your anxieties, fears, and nightmares, all those bad things you think will happen. That's all about the Nine of Swords. The Five of Swords is getting too focused on something, too focused on victory, too focused on the end game, and not focused enough on like the present and what's going on, or not focused enough on like other people's considerations and feelings and such. And with the Ace of Swords here saying you can overcome any challenge you face, but again, you might be worried about that, where you might be letting those, you know, doubts creep in that you might not be able to overcome any challenge you face. You might be worried that you can't do this on your own. You might be worried that, oh no, like, am I even on the right path at this time? Like I say, don't let the doubts creep in. And let's look at your outcome cards. Let's clarify them as well and see what we got here for you, Virgo. Okay. Oh, my jumpins. We got the King of Wands. I love them. The Three of Swords, I love that too. And the Page of Pentacles again. Yeah, we had the Page of Pentacles. Look at them there. I cover these cards up and I'm like, what's this? But yes, the Page of Pentacles. I love that this Page of Pentacles has come out now, because this first one, he's sort of holding the pentacle up. It's floating ever so slightly out of his hand. This one has so much power. It's like, it's way up there. It's levitating. It's almost face level with him. Like, he doesn't have to hold it up. He can hold his hand out almost, you know, waist high, and the orb and the pentacle is floating up to him. It's like that powerful. I feel like what you're moving towards is in a very strong position. It's moving into a very powerful way here. I love that. With the Three of Swords, you just need to cut out those things that don't serve you, and that negativity, those bad thoughts, that narrow focus, that you know, feelings of doubt and feelings of anxiety. You need to get rid of that stuff. You need to not let it fester. You need to move on from it here. And with the King of Wands, you're going after what you want. Like, really pursuing it, pursuing that growth. I love that the King of Wands here is looking forward. Like, he's looking towards the future. Like, what am I going to do? Like, how will I achieve my goals? The King of Wands, when he sets his mind to going after something, it's very rare that he doesn't get what he wants. So I feel like you're moving into that energy. Like, I feel like you're looking towards the future, looking towards growth, looking towards positivity, and really going after what you want. It's just, you need to cut out the doubt and cut out the worry here. So I love that. That's awesome, Virgo. Let's tie this all up with an oracle card, though. See what we got here for you. Hopefully everything has been resonating with you. Hopefully this will continue to resonate with you. Appreciate you sticking around this far, but without further ado, let's see what your oracle card is. Oh my jumpins. It's a canary spirit saying, sing your own song. Yeah, that's something I was talking a little bit with Taurus about, where I mentioned to them that they were kind of, I think it was Taurus, may have been Capricorn, one of the other earth signs. I remember mentioning to them not to compare themselves with others, not to compare themselves with someone else, because that does nothing but invite trouble. And the canary spirit talks about that as well. Sing your own song. Don't compare yourself with others. We were talking about a little bit earlier for yourself, when we were talking about the High Priestess and the cycles of the moon, how you might feel just because you're doing it, it's not going to be that easy. Or just because you're doing it, you don't have the work ethic. You can't make it happen. You can't make your dreams come true. Virgo, that's not the case. Sing your own song, walk your own path. Just because you accomplish something maybe a little longer, or it takes you a little longer to accomplish something than someone else does, doesn't invalidate it. Doesn't mean what you did was any less impressive. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't be proud of your accomplishments. It just means it took you a little longer. And maybe, yes, someone had a little more of a knack for it. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't play basketball to save my life, or I couldn't wrestle a wrestling match, or I couldn't sing you a song. You put a gun to my head and told me to sing all the lyrics to even some of my favorite songs. I'd probably get it wrong, and that'd be the end of me, right? But you sit here and tell me, read a tarot reading. Great, I can do that for you. You tell me to play certain video games, or explain certain things to you and stuff. I can do that kind of stuff really well. Ask me to talk about stats for stats for things like sports and stuff. Certainly I could talk your ear off about that stuff, but that's me. That doesn't mean that just because I can't wrestle a match or can't play those sports that I talk about, or I can't really go in and do it on that level, doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy them. Doesn't mean that I can't still and it doesn't invalidate what I've been doing and trying to work towards. Like, look at this channel, for instance. I'm at nearly 300 subscribers as of recording this, and that took me almost a year now to do, and that I'm sure there's other tarot readers that have been further along than that, but that doesn't invalidate the progress and the work that I've been doing, right? And that doesn't discourage me. And so don't let something like that discourage you. So hopefully that has helped you out, Virgo. Hopefully that's resonated with you. If you want to help out the channel, you can hit that thumbs up, that like button down below. Helps out a ton. You can subscribe to the channel as well. That'll help you find this channel much easier in your subscription feed, so you can check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign videos, not just this week, but as the weeks to come. Thank you for being here, Virgo, and I hope to see you in the next video.